friends, Randomizer fans, and Twitch viewers. Of course, you're welcome to be all three at the same time. We are here in round 2 of the Swiss tournament. We have CaptainGreen7 and Czardia doing battle tonight, and Jay Coper joining me in the booth for it. What do you think, Coper?
I think it's going to be a heck of a race. Both of them are 1-0 for good reason. So, both these guys have been in this game for quite a long time too. So it's always good to see people with a lot of experience showing off what they can do, I guess. But that sounds biased. I don't know.
There's a lot of competitive history there with Captain Green. He's been, I think, in every tournament for the last few years. Czardia hasn't so much done the tournaments lately, but he's still raced a bunch of randomizers in a more casual setting. So he's kept his skills up. He's done a lot of this stuff. I feel like between him, Captain Green has a little more advantage skill set, if you will, swordless. So the longer we take to find that wood sword is probably an advantage towards him.
Yeah, we did find a sword. Unfortunately, it's not one that's immediately relevant, or probably won't be relevant for quite a while. So,
no, but I tell you, being right towards start that's going to make it a really easy pickup if you have enough hearts. So, silver arrows?
Yeah, that was silver arrows under that armos.
How about that?
No, search for silvers. That means that nothing that's in 9 can be strictly required. Could still be something helpful like Red Rain or Magic Key or something, but
yeah, no progress block.
So now we just need to find the wood sword. Well, in addition to dungeons and whatnot, but it'll be in any open or armorous cave. And, but we can get something quickly.
Give me just a moment. I'm gonna touch up that prop on Captain Green. Pulling a little double duty tonight.
I think no one really likes to see dark nuts on the overworld, but of the there's also Grias on the overworld. Okay, that's a bit of a challenge. So dark nuts can be tough for walking into tight quarters. And Grias are just gonna throw their boomerang at you when you're trying to walk by them, so that could be a little unpredictable. Could be tough to get through some of these situations. So we got a couple bomb shops at least.
6. He didn't explore it too much. I understand maybe not wanting to invest a lot of time in 6 without a weapon, but you could always see if there's just an open staircase you can get something good out of.
Yeah, I bet Captain Green will go at least one room. Let's see if he does. He's doing a kinetic, or not a kinetic key, just a door glitch to open that first door. I think he didn't leave on purpose, or maybe he did. Okay, he did leave on purpose. Sometimes with that top door, you never know if people actually mean to leave the dungeon because you're used to holding up when you enter, and
bombs for 30 are not cheap, but they're still something you may have to purchase, so we've seen it in a couple of shops already. We currently stand weaponless in this one.
Weaponless, rupeeless, keyless item. Oh no, we got a silver arrow, which will be a great weapon once we get a bow and some money.
That's enough to buy a bomb pack. Are you going straight for that, or maybe hold on to it and explore a little more first?
I mean, I think I would definitely finish up and do these 3 caves right here. You might get even more money out of these caves. There's a chance you'll get less money by a door repair. Yeah.
Green wants bombs.
Not sure what was up with Zara there. That was interesting. interesting. Must have had something going on, but he's moving now. Oh, Zara's going up here first because there was some tricky stuff down there. But
It's tough with one heart.
yeah, this is not that much easier. I don't know. Both of these caves are going to be difficult to enter. You can get up there. Oh, there's a hit.
Dodging on. You ought to be able to get that now.
Yeah, he's gonna get in here. Does get more money for his efforts, not just a little. And we'll see if he can sneak by the grease and get into the waterfall.
I think he tried to manipulate the spawns there a little bit by going back in. But that's going to be a near impossible waterfall to get into.
Oh, we have another dungeon find. Palace 5. I was wondering if Captain Green was gonna make use of that, try to leverage that, see if he could get an item out of it, but he's, again, not doing anything.
I get it, because you can definitely fall down a rabbit hole of exploring these dungeons when you could just be exploring the overworld, find that weapon, and then really make progress instead of just exploring. But
Right.
part of me just always loves the idea of dipping a room or two into a dungeon and seeing what's there.
So Captain Green, oh my goodness, going up that ladder to the candle shop by level 5 is almost always a bad idea. Yeah. So he reset and got 2 of his spawns back. He's gonna have to reopen that cave for level 5 later.
Little bit of a weapon with that blue candle, and I've watched him in some swordless battle royal do a bunch of damage with that blue candle.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually notice when he picked that up. Must have been in one of the bomb caves. Either Monaco Rock or the. I think it was in Monaco Rock.
The East is pretty unfriendly when you don't have candles and don't have bombs to explore, so would expect to see Zar head west, at least towards the center part of the map where we've got a few more open caves.
Looks like the door repair is only 16, so that's pretty nice.
We have another level, it's level 7!
Yeah, well, if you didn't dip 5 or 6, there's no way you're dipping 7, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. They're all hanging out over here in the east so far.
Looks like the orange gorillas have standard HP of 3.
That's a decent price on keys if you need to buy them, so I imagine Zar is taking note of it.
Yep. Arrows are expensive. Fortunately, we don't have to buy them because we started with the silvers onto the arrows, so...
So naturally, we expect the bow to be in a very trolly location. Not saying we're rooting for it, just that we expect it.
Huh. Level 2. Are we gonna dip level 2?
Boy, I just can't imagine not.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess... I guess you're not.
Okay. Floor item in level 2, short dungeon.
Oh, there's a nice big 100.
Big. Well, you know what? That death may be a blessing in disguise, because now you can save. Yeah, there you go.
That's not a good sign that Zara re-entered that cave. He's probably looking for the bombs, and I think he's gonna pick some up in this shop right here, and just got the 2 armors mixed up.
That's reasonable. That and a candle would be Hopefully enough to get him started in this one.
Also, that bait is pretty decent price. About average, I guess.
So right now, it's pure exploration from our runners on the overworld. Between them, they've located 4 of our dungeons. We've seen 5, 6, 7, and 2. $30 bombs, to answer Kirby Fan in chat. And Zarya's gonna poke around in this 5, see what's here. Our first choose any.
Well, not a whole lot we can do in level 5 at the moment. We need either a key or a Goliath fighting weapon, so wand or sword, to continue there. But we could potentially bomb in there. There are some things that are possible options, but it doesn't seem really smart to use your 2 bombs to explore a dungeon that you're likely not going to be able to do a whole lot in.
Now, again, a shorter dungeon like 2, I might be a little more willing to invest a bomb in, but that just doesn't feel like a great investment if you don't know you can finish the dungeon. Or at least strongly suspect it.
Yeah, there's that take any at
I think that's
Monaco
what
Rock.
Captain Green got a candle.
Yeah, yep.
Because it makes sense. He was there with the bombs. We did see one candle shop, but I don't think Captain Green found the large secret yet.
He just found a large secret 1 second ago.
Oh. Well, he hadn't found it yet.
Right.
So, my point's
Oh
still
yeah,
technically
at
correct.
that point, yes, you are correct. You are correct.
Alright, so Zar now covering some of this territory Captain Green did with his candle earlier. We see 7. What's on the ground? A bomb upgrade. I'd do it.
Yeah, that was worth it. That's much better than buying bombs for 30 every time.
Yeah, the only downside is not being low bombs and not getting a refill out of it. But 116 for a 4-pack is decent. 4-pack expansion, I should say. Sword East of First Quest 3. Thank you, Kirby Fan. We had Captain Green get his wood sword.
Ooh, that's not a good death at all.
It's kind of a long way back there from where we start. But now he's got a sword and he's over where all the dungeons are that we found so far. So I would imagine this is going to be a move to 2.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty far from 2. This is towards 7.
I see what he just did. Captain Greed just he saved and then reset his console to put himself back on the start of the drop counter so that the first enemy he killed could give him a bomb drop. So then he killed that first Korea to get himself a bomb. And
well,
he's got all the bombs.
I was right that he was coming back to 2, but when I doubted myself, I'd actually mismarked where 2 was. It's much closer than I thought. So, this makes sense. What do we got to find in this level 2?
Very weak Moldorm.
There's a floor drop to be found, and presumably you'd want to get the heart container out of here too, because that would guarantee white sword item.
Yeah, kind of depends on how difficult it is to find, I suppose. Oh man, this...
That's got to be a segmented too.
You would think so, you would think so.
mean, technically Vanilla 2 is tall enough to do that, but when you start seeing that separated in a 1, 2, or 3...
Huh. Could be a bow block there, maybe? I'm not sure how well we can maneuver around here.
Could be a bow block.
I would try bombing up right there, actually. No, we got a way around here. Oh, that just goes back to the start, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's still this side we can go.
It's interesting that he didn't up an A there.
Connected, and this is much more likely to bomb up than the Goma is. Here's the heart. Gotta have heart. Alright,
here is our connector. But we still want to clear this room, of course, to see if it has a item. Oh my god, that move up, it seems like it was maybe not at the best time, but he didn't get hit. That's the important thing.
There's our map. It's a 2-room segment up there.
This is something bouncing on a trampoline or something.
Yeah, sure. Zarm found the Triforce without the compass and without the sword. He did not get the heart, though, because he couldn't kill the Wizrobes. So Captain Green has that, and yeah, there's not that many rooms to go through for the item, but are we bow blocked from the item?
We very well may be. Oh, that was a very nice Dodongo movement right there. Oh, we found level 4, too.
This is a very right side heavy on the dungeons. So far, this 2 is the most western dungeon we have. Oh, and high 9.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Captain Green gets down to the bottom. It can be easy to put that off. Yeah, well, Captain Green's got the any key now, and... Okay. A little confused at the decision to walk back up, but then he ups an ace. Up an ace.
Alright, so bow not required for that 2 to get anything. And I think that's sort of, if it needs, not to imply that it needs it, but sort of vindicates the decision-making for Captain Green that he went world exploring to find that sword before he was digging in any of the dungeons, because he had that too earlier, but now when he goes through it, he gets the heart, guarantees himself for the white sword item, he gets the any key, which is certainly going to be useful in dungeons.
Yeah, I think Zar actually could have gotten the any key. Like, he had bombs, and he could have chosen to clear that orange Wizrobe room, to get the map. And getting the map would have shown him the way to the any key, basically. It was just on the floor in there, so it wasn't hard to get to, you just had to know where to go. It's hard to get anyway once you got there. So we had the book as the white sword item.
Hanging
Obviously 6 hearts.
Spot.
Well, that could be awfully tricky, that's for sure. That could be one of the last places people check.
Yeah, there's a reason it still keeps that nickname, even though we've been saying it for years. It's like, remember the forgotten spot, remember the forgotten spot.
Yeah. Particularly if you go up to these Armos early. It can be really easy to kind of orphan the forgotten spot there.
And I think you mentioned it in passing, but do you want to clear up what the book actually does in these flags?
Oh, yeah, of course. So the book in these flags is an atlas. So that gives the map to every dungeon, which is huge because these are, of course, shaped dungeons where you don't know what the inside of the dungeon looks like until you get in there. So yeah, that can be a huge time save, and if Zar does not get that book, he could be wasting a lot more time in dungeons trying to search out maps and figure out which way to go.
These any roads cover some ground. looks pretty nice as far as the any roads go. At Death Mountain over here in the Dead Woods. So thus far, we found levels 5, 6, 7, 9, 4, and 2. We found the wood sword, which is that hint cave that's east of Vanilla 3. And we found the white sword item, which is the book, hanging out up at the Forgotten spot. The Armos by the Lost Hills is where we found our silver arrows. And that's currently what we have for information other than what you see on the tracker.
Yeah, and we also have the magic sword at the Armos on the screen where we start.
This is true. I'm just glad I finally rolled a seed that didn't have the red ring at Armos, because I think I did 3 of those in a row.
That's funny. So you chose the other level 9 item this time.
Apparently. I've got a thing going with this bot.
Zar, buddy. I've been there.
Well, you know what? It's worth paying 80 rupees to have the silver arrows. That's the best I can say about that. Alright, Captain Green exploring the west here. You'll not need any key purchases. But he has enough money for the blue ring.
Captain Green is definitely developing a bit of a lead here between having the sword and the book and the any key. That's a lot of ability to get through dungeons quickly.
To me, the best way to measure an advantage is what somebody does with it in the time it takes another runner to do the same thing. So here we're going to have about a 10-minute gap as Zar's about to get his wood sword. And in that time, Captain Green got the magic key. So, gonna improve his ability to get through dungeons tremendously. Captain Green is gonna make the blue ring purchase there. So if Zar gets a key block anywhere, that's the real payoff of how quickly Captain Green got the sword.
Yeah, I'm not sure how quickly Zar is going to go back to 2. Since it's one of the smallest dungeons, you'd expect him to certainly consider going back there sometime soon. But at the same time, he's got the Triforce, so you might want to prioritize other dungeons where he doesn't have the Triforce.
If he saw that Goma, he also may not be too inclined to go back until he has the bow.
Yeah, I mean, with this flag set and extra bosses being on, there's pretty likely to be dungeons or bosses that require some sort of additional item in almost every dungeon. So, I think you just can't assume that you're blocked, I guess.
Very nice bomb force there by Captain Green. Fuels his continued Death Mountain exploration.
Zar also getting some bomb drops up to his full 12 since he already has the bomb upgrade out of 7.
And what a place to find level 8.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine it's going to be difficult for Captain Green to leave here without any items. There are 2 in here, of course.
It's connected 8, but I still suspect we'll need transport staircases to get through it.
Alright, Zar is going back into 2. This is good for him because he'll get his magic key, and that'll make exploring other dungeons much easier.
Yeah, that will leave Captain Green with an exploration advantage, but not too much on the achievement side that's different. He does still have that Atlas, though.
these land molas are close to normal health. Tough to take down with a wood sword.
Well, possible staircase blocked by a Goma. And definite Patra. Here.
You know what? If I were Captain Green, I would assume that this is the map and not kill it.
You just assume Patra guards the map.
Yeah. Well, so the map is placed in a way that it requires a minimum number of bomb walls to reach generally. So there may be an exception for like level 8 where it might require one, but still the odds of this being the map are pretty high, and this is a pretty time-consuming fight.
There you have it, Captain Green. You can send your hate mail to Jake Hooper.
I mean, I did nothing. I'm just telling it how it is. So
now there's a lot of useful information. I haven't had a chance to check this out yet, but some hype news earlier today. They launched a wiki for the Zelda Randomizer to accumulate a lot of this knowledge in one place. So if you're new to it, you don't have to just pick up bits and pieces from commentary like this. You can actually hopefully read all these things in one place now.
Yeah, there are other resources out there, but it never hurts to have more, I guess.
Alright, more keys. More money.
Why didn't... Oh, okay, Captain Green just regretted going back through that door, and now he's gonna go up. That is a potential staircase there, blocked by that big dogger. And so is this one. Yeah, there are a lot... With the second quest rooms option being on in Shapes Dungeons, there are a lot of potential staircases.
Fires are either vanilla or down on HP. Vanilla it is.
Well, they could still be down.
By one.
We can only do 1 damage or 4 damage right now. They could have 2 or 3 health. We really don't know until we get.
Well, they split on
like a
one
wand
with sword stab though.
Yeah, that's what they would normally do. They always split on 1 damage. They either die in 1 hit or they split.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't have 1 hit point, but they could have 2 or 3. They could die to like a wand hit potentially.
Caffeinated land molas, they love to cause trouble, and an open room is actually a little problematic because they get more room to work.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, and he gets the bomb force. Very nice. That was really well done by Captain Green there. Not just not dying, but getting the bomb force from those land molas on top of it. At this point, Captain Green has seen enough of the overworld where he's gonna... And enough of this level 8, in addition to that, where he's gonna set aside that Triforce for now and try to get at least 1, if not both, the items out of level 8 here.
Czar is doing a lot of work on 1 or half a heart tonight. He worked through that troll handle on just half a heart to get into the transport staircase here in 5. And his exploration continues as a result.
Oh! Well, for the moment. Now it'll continue from the starting room of the dungeon.
Got a few more rooms off that half arc, though. More Petra. Always more Patra.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Captain Green too. That's quite a walk back through level 8, and he's gonna save out of there. That's a interesting decision. But I guess he knows it's quite a bit of a walk back through the dungeon, and maybe he's gonna
There's
try.
also a lot of dungeons right here.
Yeah. He can try something else. He's not gonna go into 7, I guess. I think I would just go in there.
Yeah, I don't think he has 4 and 9 down here yet.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna dip 4. I don't think there's any question about that.
If you peeked at the ladder item, I did not see it.
I thought we saw it before. Oh, it's the raft. That's how it's marked on the track.
Okay. Thanks to Jess and Andy. Jess and Andy, or Jess, is doing our tracking tonight. Thank you so much for that. I always call her Jess. There. We'll throw links in the chat. Follow trackers, they help make everything better. Get the style posts in here.
Well, that was unfortunate for Zara. Kind of wind up in a spot where it would have been really difficult to clear that room, if not impossible. And had a shutter door. Well, there's a little bit of a ladder block, but only blocking 2 rooms. Hopefully we don't need to go down there.
But how important are those two?
Doesn't have the Triforce, we know that much.
Leak doing a very poor job guarding it. Similar colored dungeons, but different ones are in 6, green in 4.
Yeah, are those the exact same palette even?
I think so. Another, well, shutter door ladder block. Gonna kill the Angela? There's a key on the floor, so I'm not sure what he'd be trying that for. I guess to get out of the shutter door. Okay. That's logical. Because then he could have continued his exploration, because he only wanted to go 2 rooms over.
Looks like the Triforce in 5 is behind these poles voice. There's a good argument for putting this off, because you have to get the bow at some point, and you'll be able to clear this room very quickly later. I don't think Zark got the item out of 5 yet, so...
No, I think he decided to look for something else in 5 and then came over to 6.
I'm sorry, I'm in 6. Yeah.
He spent a good deal of time in 5, but I don't believe he retrieved an item out of it. Then he came over here to 6, which is right next door.
Yeah, no, I meant level 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I said that, I have to imagine he's just gonna grab his Triforce. 6 can be a very big dungeon, so I don't know how much time he wants to spend here.
There is that Triforce. I fully agree with taking it because you don't want that room to respawn on you.
Yeah, you might have to clear it again though, because there was that shutter below. I didn't catch enough of how the dungeon layout was set up, but... Alright, here's our item in 4. Took a lot of exploration, but we got there.
Recorder.
Yeah, very nice. That has a ton of uses.
We've seen a few dig doggers hanging around, though none of them seem to be required yet. We do have an overworld block of some description we know of, so there is a possibility that either the white sword item or a dungeon... I'm sorry, we've already ruled out the white sword item, but under these flags, that would be a possibility. White sword item or a dungeon could be at Recorder Lake and satisfy the flag. And then, of course, there's just a traditional warp back to dungeons.
Yeah, the warping back to dungeons is really big. It really gives you a lot more freedom to just grab the Triforce out of a dungeon and maybe come back for the item later.
Zar is going to grab his Atlas out of the forgotten spot. So we're tied up at Triforce. And so far, Captain Green's been able to hold that one item advantage for most of this run. He got that wood sword first, but Zar did get there. He had that magic key, then Zar got there. He got that Atlas, Zar got there.
Yeah, and now he's got the recorder, waiting for Zar to get there. Of course, Zar might want to see if he can find something like level 1 first instead.
Yeah, we still have several dungeons. We've not seen the overworld block, of course. We've not seen level 1 to 3. And I think that's it. We've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just found 8 up on Death Mountain not long ago. And 9. So yeah, we're missing 1 and 3. One of them is overworld blocked.
There's our item at 5. Red Rain it is.
Well, Captain Green bought that blue ring, but he'd gladly pay 230 rupees for a red ring.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is there anything of value on Death Mountain at all?
Well, level 8 is on Death Mountain, technically.
Oh, level 8 is up here, okay.
Yeah, that would be like the easternmost. It's the easternmost spot on the top row.
Right, in the western section.
Or 2 left of the White Sword Cave, if that helps orient anyone better. So Captain Green back into 6. That's a pretty condensed 6.
Yeah, it really is. Should be a lot of freedom to move around in here. Here's a good compass. Quickly.
I would imagine seeing this map would scare you off any transport staircases.
I'll still consider it. Oh, hey, here's level 1.
I didn't see this exactly, but this had to be up on Death Mountain, too.
Yeah, that must have been the transition spot between East and West Death Mountain.
So 2 items in here. What can Zar find? One will be on the floor, one will be a staircase item. And the bow is in 6!
That's pretty darn good for Captain Green. I think the only real advantage that Zar has is the bomb upgrade.
Well, I think best case scenario for Zar right now is if ladder's in 1. If this were like a ladder wand combo in 1, that's probably something that could really help him out. That was a heart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, what was that?
I was looking over to the right and I saw his life increment. Also, welcome everyone from SpeedGaming7. We had another tournament race on there just a little bit earlier. That would have been the F. Coughlin race, in fact.
Yes, F. Coughlin and Dragon Dark.
Rick and Malkier on the call for that one.
Oh, these orange wizards rolled up a little bit. Looks like they have 5 HP. Really good news for Captain Green that he found level 1. He had Just
that's...
orphan this spot just a little bit, I would say. But yeah, Zara is no longer going to gain any advantage over this dungeon because Captain Green is going to be right behind him.
Wood Boomerang is on the floor in level 1.
Yep.
So now we need a staircase item and a Triforce. I'm still kind of feeling ladder in 1 because that gives us raft, and then I think raft is going to give us 3.
Seems plausible.
There's the ladder.
Yep.
And we had some potential blocks and dungeons on the ladder. Convenience, if not requirement.
Oh yeah, you always want the ladder. Ladderless seeds are fairly rare. Not as rare as skipping some items in other games, but pretty tough usually to get through a seed without the ladder.
Ooh, if that's the Triforce room, that's unfortunate for Zara to not have the recorder yet.
Oh yeah, that is a disappointing sequencing thing that's not really his fault because, I mean, you'd expect 1 to be the easiest dungeon to clear, so...
So as far as our view goes, we have found every dungeon but 3. 3 is going to have to be our blocked location. There is a guaranteed blocked location under these flags. But what is blocking it is still the question. We have Recorder, Power Bracelet, and Raft spots still unexplored. Is Captain Green's going to grab the ladder? We're just going to allow him to get the raft.
I'm really surprised he didn't up and A out of there. He's got to kill these...
He doesn't have the Triforce and it's 2 rooms away.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a shutter out of these lakes. I would have rather walked from the start than cleared a
So it is the Big Tiger block Triforce. Green's going to be able to finish this one off. Sometimes the right order just helps you, and the fact that he was able to get that out of 4 before Zar went to 4 means he's able to get that Triforce out of 1 right now.
Have to imagine he's gonna head back into level 8 right now. I could see an argument for putting off 8 for sure. And... oh, he's gonna take an any road. Okay.
Well, also 8 is right next to 1, which he now has the Triforce and Recorder for, so he's back to 8 in a heartbeat. This is an easy way to knock out 2 of these overworld checks.
Yeah, he's gonna check this, and then he might do a world wrap to go and get the raft, start checking items from there, or the locations from there. But yeah, I definitely want to rule out the recorder and raft spots before digging any more dungeons, because you want to know if you're going to need that power bracelet.
Also, Zara able to come back into this 8 with the ladder that Green did not have. The only requirement that could be here that pays off for Zara is the power bracelet. Now, utility, you could get the white sword or the wand.
Yeah, white sword and wand would certainly be pretty helpful. But we're getting pretty late in this race, and there's not a heck of a lot left for Captain Green in particular to do.
Yeah, other than collect those Triforces. He is wrapping around to this western raft spot. Vanilla level 4's location. Is this our overworld block, or are we needing a power bracelet? It is a shop. We need the power bracelet.
Alright, so we have both items in 8 and an item in 7. And it's got to be one of those 3 locations.
Yeah, obviously we've taken the Armos and White Sword item off already. 6 had our bow. So no surprise Captain Green goes back to level 8 under that set of facts. You were talking about earlier, 2 items in this 8, and now he has the ladder as well, so really there should be no blocking him here, because he's got the bow and arrows as well, so no
Yeah, he's got the bow, he's got the recorder, he's in good shape. And he also has a ton of knowledge of what this 8 looks like from earlier. Oh, and here's a potential staircase that he probably took note of before. That
Yeah,
he
this
needed
was
the bow
the
for.
early one, and we already found a transport staircase, so this should be an item, I think? It's Magic Boomerang.
That is not the right C-shaped item.
Which I believe puts Wand and Red Candle in 9. Well, White Sword's still in the mix too.
Yeah.
We have those 3 is 9, and the other is level 3.
What are we missing here? We also have 7's item. The Coast Heart is still in the mix.
You're right. Yeah. So don't know if we touched on this, but those arrows doing magic sword damage.
This looks like the second item.
It's expensive, but it works, and there's the power bracelet. I feel like you're gonna go mode the rest of these dungeons because you can, but maybe still poke into an easy staircase because White Sword.
Yeah, you know, it kind of depends on how 3 goes. If you get the item in the first room, then leave it. If you only have a couple rooms left to look for the item, then maybe give it a go to see if you can get the White Sword. The wand would also not be the worst thing in the world. Captain Green does not have much money to work with to use his bow as a weapon.
It's 2 hearts off of even a chance at Magical Sword, which would only be a minimum chance, so you'd have to take 3 before you'd even realistically be thinking about it, and it's just not gonna happen unless they just fall into your lap. Alright, spot 1 is a money-making game.
I thought Captain Green was just gonna up an A right there for sure. It's gotta be the fastest way to the northeast Armos. Or not Armos, but Power Bracelet spot.
Location number 2 is... we'll never know for sure. But probably a medicine shop because we've seen very few of those. Location number 3, there's our level 3. That's a quick map. Wow! So that shoot room means you have to bomb down and go around. It is connected because of it being the early dungeon, but...
Yeah, if I'm Captain Green, I'd definitely last location Triforce if it's in that patch room, but we'll see what he decides to do here.
It's really easy to get back to as well.
Yeah. I wonder if this can actually have an item. Yeah, I can.
And there's your compass.
Yeah,
So it's
Triforce.
not the Patra.
Doesn't look too bad to get to. Have to bomb.
We've also
Bombs
got
could
some
definitely be a
defense
problem for Captain Green as we go on here.
I think I poked my head in the right room just to see if that is the item. But never mind.
Yeah, he's definitely going as fast as he can.
Yeah, that's the seed just telling you to move on, and how can we not listen? So level 7 is right over in this area.
Yeah, Captain Green doesn't have a large bomb capacity to work with, but fortunately he's pretty darn good at forcing bombs. So, gonna be using that skill set a lot, I think, to finish out this seed.
I got my 2 mixed up. This was 5 up here, obviously, which is right next to 6. Level 7 is down, and it's 1 screen north of level 9.
Yeah, level 7 is in the vanilla level 8 location, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. It goes away when I mark that, so sometimes I have to stop and think about it.
This could end up being a sub-hour for Captain Green yet. We're finishing up in a hurry. We're gonna grab this Triforce right out of this room. Oh, I thought that was the compass pointing to this room. Oh, never mind. Well, still technically possible. Could be sub-hour, but gonna be
You wouldn't think
rough.
it's going to take him too long to clean this up, and I don't remember how much exploration he did in 7.
There's our
Well, it
compass.
gave him the compass at least. That's only our second Wizrobe dungeon, I think.
Yeah.
I ask because of the significance of level 9.
Right, of course. Yeah, so there are 3 different enemy sets for dungeons, and they're guaranteed to be in at least 2 dungeons each. If we've seen 2 Wizrobes, 2 of the Wizrobes set, then that means that there's really no guarantee that they'll be in 9.
Well, we'll find out in a little while. Probably gonna recorder to level 4, I would guess. He honestly starts closer than any of the levels are.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he didn't just up an A. Doesn't seem that important to keep the health when you got the red ring. But either way, he's there.
And here we go. We didn't see that map earlier, did we?
Yeah, that's an interesting little branch off on the right side there.
That's level 7 reminding you why it's level 7. Czardia has gotten his Triforce out of level 8. And going back in, still on the item hunt. I don't disagree.
Yeah, we know that he needs the power bracelet out of 8.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not dipping yet because he's still got plenty of other locations to go to look for items. But yeah, we know that eventually he's gonna have to go back in there.
He does need that recorder out of 4. Because I believe that blocked a Triforce. He's in level 4. So we started off pretty far from the wood sword. That led our runners to do a lot of overworld exploration. They found a bunch of levels early that we couldn't make quick progress out of. Pause for a moment as we see what this Goma block staircase is. That's the transport. We quickly found the silver arrows as our Armos item.
Well, that transport is 100% required to get to the top section of this dungeon because Zelda's room is blocking off that whole top. Virtually segmented.
Also means this dungeon bow blocked.
Yeah, bow blocked, technically, but most people can do a ladder clip, or not a ladder clip, block clip to get past that. By the way, for those people who are watching and who have never tried, there's a pretty good chance that you can just do a block clip at home if you really wanted to. It's very easy to execute.
And here's our wand in 7.
Yeah, not the white sword we would have preferred, but still could be useful.
Yeah. We've got white sword, post heart, and red candle as our options for 9.
Yeah, and the other one is in 3. Don't bomb there! Don't bomb there. That's Zelda's room.
I lost that in the transition. I thought you were saying that because we knew the staircase, that the dungeon couldn't be connected.
Yeah, anyway, he should know that he has to go through this staircase. Is he gonna go visit Zelda's room again? No. Maybe he's refreshing his memory. Nope, he's gonna... He's figuring that out now. Okay.
Probably it's the patcher that stood out to him the first time.
Yeah, he was just like, I don't want to deal with this, and didn't think about the other consequences.
There's the recorder for Czar. It's not what he was hoping for, as he stabs it, but it is something he's gonna need.
That's an interesting place for that staircase to come out in level 7. Just went 2 rooms north. Making good use of this wand that we just picked up. Okay, so the Vires do, in fact, have at least 3 HP. I don't think he was trying to double hit. It's potentially if they have 3 HP, you could kill them with a sword plus wand together.
One of the nicest things the Red Ring does for you is the ability to just go up and tank hits from a boss and stab it repeatedly. And it's not the most efficient way to kill... Well, I guess it is efficient, because what I was going to say is it speeds it up. You can just get in there and hit it faster.
So there is a glitch where... It's a very weird glitch, but if you have a ladder and a Gleeok in a ladder required room, you can kill the Gleeok in a way that a white sword will drop, which would obviously be very, very helpful. You can do it. You can manipulate that. I've never actually done it myself. I don't know if Captain Green's done it though, but it wouldn't surprise me if he has.
Alright, Captain Green has filled up the Triforce. He has to go south, which of course means he has to go east, because he can't just go straight south there. And this will take him in to level 9. He has all items he needs. We are just on the hunt for Ganon and Zelda. Here we go.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that can really block Captain Green here other than some very difficult rooms, but he's got Red Ring. He should be able to handle this, and this is not a very not a start to a very difficult 9 with 3 gels in a room, but we'll see. Maybe it gets turned out from here. Oh, losing a bomb.
You're right off the bat. Losing bombs in 9, though, is never going to be a good feeling.
There's our Wizrobes.
This is why I brought it up earlier. I felt like it was pretty likely we were getting Wizrobes in 9.
Yeah, I think, you know, Captain Green's a really good Zelda 1 player, so he'll probably be okay, but the Wizrobes were certainly our highest potential for making this level 9 a little more interesting.
Someone do something. Okay, chat, you heard the old man. Give us an emote in chat. I don't care what emote, just give us an emote. The old man asked you to do something. So if we find a shutter door that does not open when the enemies have been cleared out, that is Zelda's room. And we are listening for Ganon's roar we can hear from a room away.
Yeah, Ganon's roar can be masked by the roar of a normal boss. Oh, that is a 100% not required bait block right there.
He's just chilling, nothing behind him.
So that's why you saw Captain Green go back into that room with the manhandler, because after he killed the manhandler, he would have potentially heard Ganon's roar. Captain Green was just checking to see if Zelda could have been up there, and now he's going to take the staircase, and hopefully it takes him to some other part of the dungeon that's useful.
The only downside about not checking that other room is if it's a transport staircase that you need. Now you don't necessarily know that it's there. And again, thank you to Jess and Andy for doing our tracking this evening. I'm sorry, Jess Andy. I'm trying to throw an and in the middle there.
It could be just and why.
I suppose that's true.
I don't think it is, but... Oh, I'm surprised that Captain Green is going back through this transport.
Yeah, I mean,
why did he kill that big
finding
dog?
there's a staircase. Oh, there's Ganon.
Oh. Okay, I'm confused that that's... Oh! Wait, did he see potential Zelda? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, he's fighting Ganon.
Nice open room to do it in. A little trouble picking up the stun lock, but about half the hits in so far. Should have a potion.
Does he have a potion?
I'm almost certain he took one out of a choose any.
He's probably got this regardless. But
A
potion
little trouble in
would
the
certainly
timing.
be nice.
Ganon was changing poses. So if you see Ganon change poses, that means you were just a little bit late on the second hit.
Anyway, Ganon's down. Gonna be looking for a princess.
That was not a lot of rooms in the 9 to find Ganon.
Oh, we got a lot of rooms left in this eastern half in particular.
Gotta have art.
No, not interested in that. I maybe pick up a white sword. There could be a lot of combat required in this dungeon yet, and Captain Green doesn't have a lot of bombs to work with. Now with a max of 7, and only 2 currently.
Yeah, I think you're right. I probably would still pick up the white sword at this point, knowing there's Wizdrums I may need to kill.
Oh, that was a room. Well, that can't have an item. Only if most open stairs. Oh, it's turned off.
And
I think that could have-
Czardia has found his red ring.
Yeah,
That should
That's-
help us combat the rest of the way.
probably half an hour after Captain Green got his red ring.
Green did also purchase the blue ring, so he still had that defensive advantage even before he found the red ring. And there's Zelda. Blowing up the fire, Captain Green is gonna take this one with a 104.49. And Czar is not going to chase down the key item thread. He's going to go ahead and call it there. So we have our winner, CaptainGreen7. Oh, everything went right after finding that recorder, really.
We'll have to see if he's coming in here.
Yeah, it looks we will have them both here in a moment. Welcome to both our runners joining us now. Well, I didn't give you an Armos red ring, but you did get an early magic key to help things out in this one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite items to see early. No worries about keys the entire rest of the run is super nice.
GG's, thank you for saving me from the rest of that run.
GG, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think the tone of this race was kind of set early. Captain Green was very determined to go and find the wood sword. And he got there significantly before Czar, and then after he did that, went pretty much right back to level 2 and got the any key, so that helped. And then found the book a little earlier to have those maps, and just was a little earlier on finding all of the things to get him where he needed to go. So,
And he didn't buy arrows when he had silvers.
yeah, you know what? That happens to the best of us sometimes. So,
This was an interesting overworld then that it was very Eastern loaded. In the Eastern third, we had levels 2, 4, 7, 9, 3, 5, 6, and the Armos item.
Yeah, there's a lot over there. And unfortunately, like, first levels I found were like 5, 6, 7. That's why I was determined to get sword, because I don't want to dig anything higher than like 1 or 2. Not even 2 without the wood sword.
In fact, I just realized wood sword was the most Western thing of this entire seed.
The take any pass were pretty bad too.
yeah, were they all?
Yeah,
They're all in the west, I guess. They must have been.
We had 3 in Death Mountain and 1 in Lost Woods. Yeah, I was floundering early. I spent a lot of time in the northeast digging around when I shouldn't have been. I should have gone straight for that sword. Definitely need to come in with a new approach for the next round.
yeah, going too early was definitely good. Like, I took a death that actually sent me the 2, and then unfortunately, like, I was looking for a level that wasn't 6, 7, or 8, or 5, 6, or 7, and I found 8. I think that's the only thing that really went wrong for me that seed. is I spent quite a while on 8 and got nothing out of it the first time through, since the items turned out to be both recorder and bow blocked. But once I was out of there, I was able to clean up the rest pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was wondering, when you took a death in 8, like halfway through, I'm guessing you had taken note of those staircases that were recorder and bow blocked, and you're like, I should probably just try to come back here later with those items to have a chance, because there was still like half of 8 left where the items could have been. But
Yeah, that was exactly it. Especially since the walk back to the other half of 8 was so long. Was enough of the sunk cost already there to just move on and come back later better armed.
yeah, we did know that we needed to dig 8 eventually for that power bracelet, but you never know when you go into a dungeon what it's going to be like. Maybe the items are going to be there and easy and important, or maybe they're going to be deep and garbage, and you never know how hard it's going to be to get to the Triforce. So, you can't blame yourself for digging a little, especially after you had already seen several things. I don't think you had seen level 1 yet, but there was a good chance at that point that level 1 was blocked by something. So I certainly didn't fault you for digging there.
Yeah, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Just one of those things.
In case anyone was wondering why I was farming outside of 8 there, I had mismarked the blue ring amount as 250. And I was trying to get that last rupee. I must have sat at 249 for 3 minutes. Could not get a rupee to save my life.
Oh, that's unfortunate for sure.
It loves to give you money when you don't need it.
Yeah. Or I mean, if you can just kill 10 things in a row without getting hit, that always helps. Anyway, beyond that, I think it was mostly straightforward. Combat was kind of rough. Captain Green had the red ring much earlier than Czar. I think Czar just picked it up not too long ago, actually. But we didn't see the bow was in 6 and the wand was in 7. So tough locations for those things to be in. And they weren't really quick to pick up either. So we had a bit of a slog to do with just the wood sword. And we know that the white sword was either in 3, which we didn't see the item in, or in 9.
Captain Green, I'm curious, how did that level 9 compare to other level 9s that you've seen in these flags?
It was friendlier in the sense I didn't do even half of it, I don't think. Maybe close to half, but I found things sooner than I think I've seen a lot of people finding things, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I bet you did over half, actually, of 9. Because you did, like, almost all of the west, and then most of the northeast. And then you re-approached from the southwest to get to the southeast and found Zelda there. So
yeah, I guess now that I'm looking at it, I did more than I realized. It was a lot faster compared to last week's 9 for me. I guess comparing to that. But yeah, once I dead-ended in the northeast, that southwest corner was suspicious because of the only being able to allow to go left in the entrance room. That's often a tip-off for a Zelda room somewhere around there.
Yeah, the 9 had a lot of potential to be difficult when we saw that room with 8 blue wizrobes, but I don't think it was required to kill a single wizrobe in that 9 at all, so got off easy in the end, I suppose.
Yeah. I was kind of concerned, like maybe I should have cleared out 3 looking for a white sword, but turned out okay.
Yeah, it was a tough call for sure. You still had probably over half the rooms and 3 left, maybe. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's certainly an argument for either way. If you had any other useful items at that point left besides the white sword, I think there would be a better argument for it. If the book or the magic key were still out there. But
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Can't blame you for that or for almost all of the decisions that you made in this run, I think. So, well played as usual.
I guess at this point I'll ask Czar, you got any final thoughts on this one?
I had a lot of fun. Need some practice. Gotta come with a different approach next round if I'm gonna compete. GG Captain Green, that seems like a really good time for this seed. And thank you, Zelda 1 crew, for coming out tonight. I know it's a bit late, and I appreciate y'all working overtime for us.
Captain Green?
Thank you. GG as well, Czar. And I echo that. Thank you, everyone who helped put on the show. And thanks, everyone who was watching.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you next round there, Captain Green. But regardless, good luck to both of you in future races, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the tournament for sure.
Thank you.
A lot of fun ahead. Be sure to follow the Speed Gaming family of channels to catch the rest of this Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament. We still got weeks of Swiss ahead, and there's still another day of this week for getting more racing in, so there'll be plenty of fun available for your viewing pleasure tomorrow. Of course, you can check out the Discord for links to the schedule and other fun stuff and information that you may be interested in if you're interested in the Zelda 1 Randomizer. Thank you so much to Jess for tracking for us this evening. Along with Jake Oper, I've been Trenton. We thank you all for joining us tonight. Please have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.